Coming up on Mountain News this morning, former co-workers continue to remember Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson. And the U.S. Small Business Administration wants people to know there's still time to apply for a loan that'll help you with economic relief.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Wednesday, September 3rd. We are quickly approaching 5 o'clock this morning, which means it is time for a check of our weather with Megan Dusmal. It's been chilly, Megan, so it's been a nice break from that heat, but I think maybe it's today the one day where we've got 80 degrees.
For some folks, but not for everyone. We will continue to see those temperatures warming up as we're getting closer to Friday, but then another cold front will swing through, dropping us back down to those low 70s. But here's what you need to know as you're heading out the door this morning. A little bit of a foggy start for some folks, especially as you're traveling more towards that Tennessee-Kentucky border between Williamsburg and Hazard. And we'll see that throughout the next several of hours while that sun is still rising into the morning. Now, in terms of those rain chances, we are seeing some rounds of rain, especially as we're traveling into portions of Laurel, Clay County, and as you go into Knox, and then as you travel a little bit more south into Claiborne County, Tennessee, Lee County, Virginia, and Bell and Harlan County, Kentucky. We'll continue to watch that just for the next several hours. Now, temperatures not too bad this morning, 50s and 60s before we head into the afternoon, and we make a run for the 80s for some folks, seeing 84 in Somerset, and then cooler for other folks as you travel into Virginia. We have chances for upper 60s and low 70s heading into the hottest parts of your day, and you'll see those warm temperatures around 4 p.m. Amelia.
Last night, countless people showed up in Letcher County to say farewell to a beloved forecaster who served the region for 17 years. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has our tribute to Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson.
Fire department is overwhelmed.
No matter how they met him,
he was there for guest weather, and none of my family wanted to get on and speak with him about it, but I did. He had that smile that just coached you right in.
people throughout the region have been impacted by Brandon Robinson.
My goal in life has been to keep you informed and to keep you safe.
His ability to make everybody feel good and to liven up the evening.
Brandon was a man of many hats, and he wore them each in a way that gained him the respect of a region.
They have designated me an official hillbilly.
There was nothing we could throw at him that Brandon couldn't handle. And then cancer hits, and he showed us yet again that there was nothing that he couldn't handle.
Using his own fight to uplift others and create community.
My son was diagnosed with brain cancer a few years ago, and him and Brandon started talking to each other on Facebook, and got us involved with the Gray Matters.
So that community poured out Tuesday for Brandon's visitation, saying their goodbyes and supporting Brandon's wife and family as they look at a future with only memories of the beloved man.
There's really nothing that anyone can say to comfort you right now. Just hold on to your faith, hold on to your love, and know that you all will see each other again.
Saying his mission was not only to report the weather and shine a light on brain cancer, but
to make everybody see what life is all about.
In Letcher County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
There was a revolving door of visitors all night, hoping to make Brandon's family feel loved and comforted. Well, former co-workers continue to remember the chief forecaster. Though some have since left Appalachia, they say they can still feel his impact. Marianne Fletcher was a producer and reporter at WYMT. She says she knew she could always count on B-Rob and would go to him if she ever needed anything.
The memories that we have together, I'm so thankful for those. And I'm so thankful that I was able to be part of his life and his legacy and continue that on, tell people about it, tell people about who he is and what he stood for.
And again, his funeral is scheduled for today at 1 o'clock. That's at Whitesburg First Baptist Church. Perry County Sheriff Joe Engel has plans to run for a new position. Engel announced on Facebook his intention to file for Perry County Judge Executive in 2026. This comes as he announced he would not seek re-election for County Sheriff after serving 2 terms. Although he was a registered independent, Engel says he plans to run on the Republican ticket. With Engel running for office, Perry Countyans will now be able to vote for Judge Executive, making it the first time in 8 years. The U.S. Small Business Administration wants folks to know if you've become a victim of the floods in April and the tornado in May, you can still apply for a loan that will help you with economic relief. These loans can apply to businesses, homeowners, and renters who have been in a recent disaster area. There is no fee to apply, and the interest rate is 4%. As of last month, 236 Kentuckians have applied, and 49 homeowners and 4 businesses have been awarded those loans.
You know, we've awarded, $11.2 million, and that's a pretty substantial amount. But I do know that we've not reached everybody. I do know folks are reluctant. They may not want to take out a loan, but they don't know the fact that it's deferred the first year interest-free. That's almost like free money for the first year.
You can go online to apply at lending.sba.gov, or you can go in person at the Center for Rural Development in Somerset. Well, the 2025 Thrive Kentucky Roadshow made a stop in eastern Kentucky yesterday. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino was at the Perry County Public Library when community leaders met.
A group of healthcare advocates are traveling through Kentucky, highlighting the thought that all communities deserve the chance to thrive.
But you wouldn't be here if you weren't passionate about something, if you weren't passionate about your communities.
Thrive is a coalition of organizations that are dedicated to protecting and improving Kentucky's safety net programs, such as those helping people with medical bills, food, and housing.
We really care about how that impacts local communities, and we know a lot of folks in local communities really use these programs, or they help folks who are using these programs.
As part of the roadshow, Thrive is making stops to educate local community members and leaders of where the federal and state safety net policies stand. Their goal is for attendees to leave the event feeling empowered to advocate for their communities.
If you don't speak up about the problems that you know in your community, who do you think is going to do that?
And so with so much changing so quickly at the state and federal levels, we really want to be able to provide actionable and timely updates for that. And then also get a sense of kind of how those programs are impacting folks on the ground in places like Hazard.
Traveling through the Appalachian region, Thrive is aiming to educate each community on tools to not just survive, but thrive. In Perry County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Thrive plans to make their next stop in Covington on October 7th. Well, yesterday marked the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, known as VJ Day, or Victory over Japan, the day when Japan formally surrendered. A number of surviving veterans, ranging in age from 97 to over 100 years old, laid wreaths at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. to pay tribute to the more than 400,000 Americans killed during the war, as well as the millions of American military members who helped lead the Allies to victory.
When you're with others, tell them about us. Tell them about what you saw and experienced here, and read on to find out more about us. And why do that? Well, because, remember, we gave up our yesterdays for your and their tomorrows.
VJ Day came months after Victory in Europe Day, or VE Day, when Nazi Germany unconditionally surrendered. Well, it's now 5:08, and thanks so much for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning. One woman is hosting a weekly workout for inmates, helping them build muscle and self-esteem while inspiring them with her own post-prison success.
And we're watching rain chances this morning and throughout the day.